G'day team, Jeremy Britton, 24-hour wealth coach, down here looking absolutely groomed as always at the crack of dawn and just waiting for the sun to rise over there. Now of course many people think that the ancient cultures used to worship the sun, but if you go back and you have a look at Heliopolis and the Egyptians, they didn't actually worship the sun itself. They worshipped the god Amon Ra, and the sun was just called his physical representation. Basically so they had something to look at while they were worshipping the god who was actually invisible and all-powerful. And of course, you know, from a Christian perspective, we look at these guys and say, ha, they used to worship the sun, that's just so silly. But from their perspective, they might look at us and say, look, these guys actually worship a plaster statue, or they worship a wooden cross with a guy nailed to it. But of course, that's just the physical representation of the god that's actually being worshipped. Looking at the sun every morning, you can actually understand why these guys would pick it as the physical representation of the god that's being worshipped. Because without the sun, without the light, there is no life. It's the solar energy that actually gets turned into sugars while the plants. All the plants, of course, provide food for all the other living things on Earth, whether it be in the ocean, on the land, wherever you happen to be, wherever you happen to find life, just follow the food chain, because in the end, it goes back to the vegetables, it goes back to the sun. And of course, when we look at coal power, fossil fuels such as coal or oil, that was originally from the sun as well. There's a book called The Last Days of Ancient Sunlight, talking about what happens when this basically fossilized sunlight that's buried under the earth runs out. What happens when the coal runs out? What happens when the oil runs out? Interesting theories. I kind of like the electric cars. Prefer the electric cars to the hydrogen cars and the hybrid cars, simply because the electric cars can run on pure electricity, which can be generated by wind or by water instead of by coal power. Even using solar power to charge your car is a possibility that a lot of people are using in America. Tesla Motor Corporation will actually sell you a car and then give you a carport with solar panels all over the roof. So when you park your car at night, solar energy that's been stored in the carport all day will actually charge your car again, ready for the drive in the morning. Cars that run on hydrogen and other power usually need the electricity first to turn the water into hydrogen, and then they turn the hydrogen back into electric energy to power the car. So it's kind of a doubling up on the process. I'm enjoying the sunrise. It does affect your mood. Anybody who's had seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short, will know that in the winter time, particularly in the colder climates, up in the higher altitudes above the equator in the UK and in Europe, they will actually get more depressed in the winter. And some people actually go out and buy a sun lamp. You sit in front of the sun lamp and have UV rays penetrating your skin, creating vitamin D and affecting the oxytocin levels in your bloodstream, affecting the cortisol in your bloodstream. Very early in the morning, when the sun appears like it's less than 1 or 2 inches from the horizon, you can actually look directly at the sun. I know everybody in the world will tell you don't stare directly at the sunlight, but as long as you do it when the sun is only 1 to 2 inches off the horizon, you can actually do it safely. Right now I've been directly staring into the sun for the last minute or so, watching as that ship crosses, and I'm okay. And I'm doing it all the time, but obviously you will start to feel it once the sun is more than 2 inches off the horizon. It will actually start to hurt your eyes, and that's the moment when you stop looking and you stop, not the worship, I wouldn't say the worship of the sun, but certainly the appreciation, because without that, without the being of light, there is no life. Nothing could survive on Earth without that sun. So you can look at that, you can appreciate that, and start your day with a bit of gratitude. Start your day with the solar rays and the UV radiation that actually does give you life. Gives you the vitamin D, gives you the feel-good chemicals in your body, and make a big difference to your mood, which makes a big difference to your results. Everybody who's in business wants to deal with someone who's happy. You don't want to buy your products or services from someone who's in a bad mood, who's cranky or who's depressed or who's otherwise not conducive to your own happiness. And when you part with your money, you want to deal with someone who's in love, someone who's happy, someone who's friendly, thus increasing the economy for the people who happen to be in a good mood. And the economy for people who are in a bad mood, who bring you down, who are depressed and just negative, will slowly decrease. It is a two-tier economy. This is the new economy. It starts here. It starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if you're up for it, you will find early to bed, early to rise does in fact make you healthy, very wealthy, and very wise. If you want to talk to me, come down the beach most mornings. I'm right here. Otherwise, give me a call.